What's going on YouTube? RyanisWar back once again. Yeah, sorry about the late updates, guys. Busy, but what can you do? So let's start off. We're talking about Raw 25, and to be honest, this was very disappointing for me because you've got two arenas. Obviously, you got the Barclays Center, where the normal shows are, the big arenas, blah 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 blah. And then you got the Manhattan Center, where everything is nostalgia-rific. That is a new word. I made that up, remember that. So anywho, it's just the old set of Monday Night Raw from when they officially set that back in 1993. I'll start with the Barclays Center, of course. Matches on that show, they're alright. Not really much to say. We just saw a lot of people come back, like Kelly, Trish Stratus, Maurice. You saw the Bella Twins come back. It was alright. We got to see Teddy Long, Brother Love. I'm surprised because we all know he was on TNA a while ago, but meh. We got to saw quite a few people, and there was a lot of things I weren't too keen about, but we'll get onto that in a sec. My prediction was right. The Miz retained the IC title, but I'll be honest, I was quite surprised on how the match ended because I didn't even see the bloody turnbuckle get exposed, so I totally missed that. But to me that was a good ending. What else happened on the show? Not really much happened on the show. We saw slight dissension. We had Christian come back. We saw Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan on the Peep Show. And, the Bar come out. They got in a scuffle and Seth hit Jordan with the knee inadvertently. So, is that the seeds that could plant this allegedly WrestleMania match? Now, if that's true, yeah, that's pretty much what my feelings on if we get Jordan versus Rollins at Mania, but meh, is what it is. Yeah, let's just go to the Manhattan show because there's a lot of stuff I need to talk about today. Also, I'm gonna give you my Royal Rumble predictions as well, so I'll get that to the end, and a few other topics that's been happening in WWE also that's been a bit crazy this week. So with the Manhattan Center now. For me personally, I'd rather the whole show been there because it would have been so authentic. Yeah, I know WWE want to sell more seats. I get that, I understand that. But listen, back when they used to do old school Raws and have all the guys come from the 80s and the early 90s come and have little cameo appearances or maybe have like a one-off match or something. It was fine, but it was horrible. We had Undertaker come out there, and you know what? As much as I've been very critical about Taker coming back in the ring, I was happy with the promo. But again, I wasn't happy because it's like, was that it? I don't know if that was your final hurrah or whatever, because it's Undertaker for crying out loud. And I remember I was even watching this with my friend. I'm not gonna bait him up out here, but I was watching him with my friend, and even they was like, "Is that it?" I gotta be honest, it was quite disappointing. And then you saw what else happened on this. Like the Manhattan Center got screwed, man. We saw Bray Wyatt versus broken Matt Hardy, and Bray won within I don't even know. I swear I went to the toilet. I come back, I see Bray Wyatt. And the last thing I saw was Matt Hardy before I even left to the toilet. So, what was the whole point of that build-up if this is where you're going to end to? This is what pisses me off with WWE. Why build something up? And I'm not going to lie, I've been very critical on the build-up anyways with the all that little shit. I'm not happy with that. You're having a man laugh at each other's face one week, then promo after promo, and it wasn't really a promo anyways. It was just, what is this? This is what I mean. They always kill things that don't belong to them. But whatever, that's enough of that. So again, it's pretty much like the Rusev and Aiden English situation, and another situation I'm gonna get to in a second. R.I.P. Woken Matt Hardy. Bray Wyatt's been dead for time. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying on that. Moving along swiftly, but still in the same boat. We had D-Generation X come out. We saw Shawn Michaels. We saw Triple H. Of course, we saw the New Age Outlaws. And you can't forget X-Pac. Of course, also to that, we had the bad guy, Razor Ramon, come out. They all cut a promo. It was all too sweet. All up in the air. We had the Balor Club come out. Now, it seemed like a coronation or something. To me, it's like the way they would pass the too sweet. But obviously, you can't forget my boys, the Young Bucks now. But you know they ain't fucking with WWE like that. So I think just to rub it more in their faces, all too sweet in each other and everything, you know how it is. But whatever. Then I don't even know if their name even fits what happened to them. The Revival. Dash and Dawson come out. They had I think it was a 6-man. No, they had a tag team match against Gallows and Anderson. That match ended like within 5 to 10 minutes. And then they all got beat up by the Legends too. And it was exactly like the NWO, the APA, the Outlaws, and the Ascension on, was it Raw 1000? Correct me if I'm wrong. It was the exact same thing. So it just seems to me that Dash and Dawson, unfortunately, because they've been injured most of the year and a bit of last year, just, boy, this just put the nail in their coffin, you feel me? So I don't even know where the pin is, the usual pin, so I can't even, you know what I mean? But that bubble's gone, man. But yeah, and then obviously at the end we didn't see this, but The Miz come out after he won the IC title back from Roman Reigns. But you know, again, it's just, that was just so disappointing for me as a wrestling fan. And the thing is, I never grew up watching it back in '93 because I wasn't even able to even say any words in '93. Not whatever, anyways. So like, to see them go back to the old stuff, and I grew up watching the old stuff, and to build up that enough nostalgia. And to be fair, a lot of legends couldn't make it. They had a lot of prior stuff to do. Like, again, the best thing I can say that happened with a legend was seeing the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, he didn't come out, he didn't even say a word. He started off the main show with Stephanie, Shane, you know, just gassing up the fans. He had Vince come out, being appreciative. Then you saw the old Mr. McMahon come out, his little, just getting at the fans. Stone Cold comes out. As soon as that glass breaks, I'm popping like a motherfucker. Everybody in the arena is popping like a motherfucker. You know, you had Stone Cold just not saying a word. Vince just trying to make some sympathies, like, well, Shay's got some youth. You know, just trying to get him out of the situation. Oh, I'm old now, too old for this, I can't. The guy, motherfucker still gets stunned. Shane too. It was nice to see. It was nice to relive something from your childhood that, you know, you just get excited about. So for me, that was the only thing that actually stood out on the show. Like, the build up to the women's Royal Rumble, meh. They made Asuka look good, I guess. You know, they had a 6-women tag match, and for the life of me, I can't remember who was involved. Apologies, but you know, that's what happens. And Asuka basically started throwing Mickie James and Sasha Banks out the ring, as well as Bayley, and which, again, now let's say Asuka's not looking weak. No, they haven't made her look vulnerable at all. Well, apart from the whole absolution thing, but I don't think we have to worry about that, unfortunately, anymore. But you know, we'll see where it goes. Is Asuka going to win the Rumble? Stay tuned for my predictions later on in the show. So, again, this show, I'd have to give it probably a 6 out of 10, man. Like, the legends get a boost, but some of the matches, again, Miz winning the title back, I thought that was the right move. You know, just the Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan. Now we know where it's going a bit more. And yeah, so, but again, there's not really much to say about the show, you know. And forgive me, I didn't catch SmackDown because I can't lie to you, SmackDown has been very uninteresting for me. And I like the whole Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn and AJ Styles storyline because I like all three of those guys. But other than that, it just, nothing on SmackDown has got appealing anymore. Like, last year, I could watch SmackDown over, well, not always overall, but most of the time I'd say SmackDown was the better show, I still watch Raw though. But it's got to a point where, can I be bothered to watch SmackDown anymore? It's like a chore now. It was like watching 205 something, you know what I mean? Like, I'll probably get hate. I don't care. Haters love me, as The Miz would say. But again, I don't know. For me, actually, I'll give SmackDown a little bit more credit because they're building more to the Rumble than Raw has. You know, you got Randy Orton RKOing people out of nowhere again, which makes him another hot prospect to win the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? But yeah. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Now, Enzo Amore, unfortunately, has been released to the WWE because of some very, very crazy ass speculation. I'm not going to go into it too deep, but because of this, Enzo is no longer with the WWE anymore. I know a lot of fans are happy about this. I know a lot of fans are not. Because, you know, and to be honest, the way, I don't know, because it's such a delicate situation and I don't really want to talk about it as much. I will say one thing. I think, if I get flack for this, whatever, but I think, you know, alright, here's this. Enzo kind of flopped. Because if you let him know what the situation was, and it does say in the contract that if any funny business comes along, I've checked this out on YouTube, guys, if there's any funny business, like, you know, that could jeopardize the company or make it look really bad, you know, then we have no other way but, you know what I mean, suspend you. But I think termination, maybe that was a little bit harsh. If proven guilty, if there's cold, hard evidence, then yeah, fucking fire him. Because I don't condone shit like that. I hate shit like that. But every person is due to a fair trial. And on top of that, there's a lot of reports saying she's lying, this, that, and the third. But who knows? Who knows? This is all topic from October, and we're almost in February now. You know what I mean? So, boy, stay tuned for more updates, if there is any more updates on Enzo Amore, if you're interested. So, let's get into the Royal Rumble. Now, the Royal Rumble, I gotta say, the women's look more predictable. The men's is very, very, very difficult to predict. The tag team matches itself, and the women's Royal Rumble look predictable. I might have said that before, but whatever, we'll go over it again. So let's start with the title matches. We'll start with the tag team title match from SmackDown. We have the Usos, 2 out of 3 Falls, defending the titles against Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Me personally, I think they're going to give the titles to Gable and Benjamin. I love the Usos. I've been with the Usos since they first come in with Tamina, doing their Samoan gimmick, you know, back in the day. But, you know, maybe it's time for a change. We need new, fresh tag team to be the champions and, you know, see what Gable and Benjamin can really do. Because since pairing them up, they've kind of been lost. You know what I mean? And I've said this in a video once. I'm not sure, I don't think I uploaded, but I even questioned it one time. Tribute to the troops. And this actually gave me the sign that they were kind of going heel. Now, there was an 8-man tag. I can't remember the teams together. But when Rusev Day was still heel and still alive, they were teaming with Gable and Benjamin. And it was like, and I even had to question it. It was like, that was it. It was the Usos and the New Day against Gable and Benjamin and Rusev Day. English and Rusev, of course. And they were teaming with the heels, and I was thinking, this don't make sense. And I thought a Clash of Champions, they might get the titles, even though Rusev Day, the hot prospect favourites. Everybody in that match were top favourites. But, you know, you have to either go with the Usos. You have to go with the Usos. Because, for one, how far could Rusev Day go? And you know what WWE's like. If the fans like it, they will somehow mess it up, as always. But other than that, unfortunately, we don't have to go through that now. RIP Rusev and Aiden English. But back to this 2 out of 3 Falls match. Uso's been heating it up from day one, as they like to say. Again, Gable and Benjamin, yeah, they're starting to come out of their shell, but we need a little more. So I think maybe they'll go in a new direction. So obviously 2 falls to no. Let's just say this. I think in order it will be. I think Gable and Jordan. I think Gable and Benjamin. Sorry, not Gable and Jordan. Bloody hell. Anyways, I think, yeah, the new American Alpha will win first fall. Usos the second, and I think there will be a dirty finish by Gable and Benjamin for them to be the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm sticking to that, and I'm sticking to exactly how it will plan out. So, Gable and Benjamin, then the Usos, then Gable and Benjamin. That's it. So let's go over to the Raw Tag Team title match. We have the defending champions, Seth Rollins, and everybody's favorite guy, Jason Jordan, against the former tag team champions, The Bar. So this one, I don't know, it could go either way. And the reason why I say that is because, for one, obviously Sheamus and Cesaro, like I said in the last video, they're pretty good when they're the champions. You know what I mean? I wasn't so happy when they started to lose it to Titus O'Neil, and Apollo Crews. I thought that was a bit weird because, again, like, you know, Titus Worldwide wasn't really going anywhere, so it's like, the fuck. So obviously they've got 2 losses from then. Plus, you got Rollins and Jordan. You got the seeds planted, especially at the end of the Peep Show on Raw 25 when Seth inadvertently hit Jordan. But again, you can just see Jordan just doing something dodgy. So I'm gonna go with the Bar to become the new tag team champions. After seeing Raw with the knee and that, and I know Jordan's just gonna bitch and moan. Let's be honest. Because obviously the past couple of weeks there's just been dissension. Jordan's been on his high horse. Seth don't know. Seth just don't know. You know what I mean? And again, the Bar ain't really got nothing going on for them unless they're the tag team champions. So I'm gonna go with them. And the other alternative, if Seth and Jordan keep the titles, then I think Jordan's gonna. Right. This is how I think they're gonna lose the titles. If they lose the titles. Jordan is either going to fake a knee injury, because he loves to fake a knee injury, oh my. Or he just walks out. Seth will hit him by accident again, and he'll just walk out, and it's like, what? Seth get left high and dry, the Bar take over and dominate, and the Bar are the new tag team champions. So, I'm going with them. So our next match in the title slot, we have the man that loves to run the camp, Mr. AJ Styles, defending his WWE title against Sami Zayn and Kevin fucking Owens. Now, this to me it seems pretty easy to me. I'm gonna go with AJ, like, because he's just been. And I know I just said what I said about SmackDown, but for me, Exile and Owens and Zayn, and maybe one or two other wrestlers I'm forgetting, but he's the only one there to carry the show. And it's sad because it's like, I forget Randy Orton, but they ain't really done much with him, but other than his lead up. But again, AJ is the man. No one can't tell me shit. Cena's not there, he's on his part-time shit, swapping show to show. Owens and Zayn, you know, they're obviously they're heels, isn't it? You get me? So, you know, who can you rely on really when it comes to being a face? AJ Styles. How is he getting out of this one? That remains to be seen. I don't know, because I don't want to say Owens and Zayn split, because they just got together like from Hell in a Cell, and that was what, October? So, you know, and besides, like, Zayn on his own weren't really doing well. Owens on his own, they kind of lost ideas. So obviously they had to pair them together, and the chemistry together obviously is off the radar because they're actually best friends. So when you have that, you know it's gonna work. But, you know, not much to say about this one. I just see AJ winning. You know, sorry guys, I didn't really get into this match properly. And I know what's been happening. I heard Zayn's beating AJ on a one-on-one match. I think that was last week. And Owens is injured as well. So, you know, you'd assume AJ to win and Owens can rest more as Zayn can just fight for them. You know what I mean? So I'm going with that. Now, for the main title match, we have the triple threat. We have Brock Lesnar defending his Universal title against Kane, the Big Red Machine, and the monster among men, Braun Strowman. So, with this, it's been a very, very, very interesting setup. Now, alright, I'll just cut it like this. Now, Kane's taken the fall. He has to take the fall. Because for one, he's running for governor of Kentucky. Number two, he's already there. And number three, they've made Strowman look so damn monstrous. And, like, he's always been monstrous, but they built him up. Like, they're building him up for something. If they, I swear to God, if they put a pin in him again, I'm done. Because you can't build up so much credibility for a character for them to get squashed. And it's like, the fuck? You know what I mean? If they keep Lesnar, then it's going to be exactly what I predicted, which I'll get to once we start talking about the Rumble matches. And I know a lot of motherfuckers are going to be disappointed in what I picked, but let's be honest. It seems to be going that way. And you know WWE, they don't care. You either like it or you like it. Meh. Me, I just turn it off. But anyways, back to the match. Obviously, through the weeks, we've had Strowman looking strong. Of course, that backstage promo where he just basically got the cable wire and made everything crash down on Kane and Lesnar. And then the fight last week. And then the attacks by Strowman. And then obviously Strowman about, oh, you're getting fired and stuff like that. Like, you know, they built it so much around Strowman. Kane has been so relevant in this whole story, if you ask me. He's just there. So you know he's going to take the fall. And Lesnar's just Lesnar. Suplex City, Suplex City, Suplex City. So, I'm going to go with Brock. My heart tells me Strowman, but I'm going to go with Brock. So let's get into the Royal Rumble matches. We'll start with the women. Now, this one's confusing as well because Asuka seems to be the odds-on favorite, but there's so many reports stating that Ronda Rousey is going to show up and win. That might be very, very, very interesting. Now, if WWE do that, then who's she gonna face? She gonna face Charlotte? She gonna face Alexa Bliss? Who knows? But if Ronda shows up, yeah, she's gonna win, of course. But if she doesn't show up, then I know this is kind of cheating, but whatever. As Eddie used to say, you're not cheating if you're not trying. So I'm gonna pick 3 women, and Ronda's only gonna be the if she shows, if she not. So Ronda, Asuka, or Nia Jax. And I'm sticking to that because they obviously, since the whole Enzo fiasco, like, Nia's got nothing for her now. You know, they've kind of built up little dissensions between her and Alexa Bliss. So it just seems written in the stars that they're going to have a rivalry very, very soon. But who knows now, since Enzo is now terminated. Again, Asuka looking dominating. Still ain't lost. You know, so as she goes. So we'll see where that goes. Again, Ronda Rousey, just speculation reports. But it's been going on for a long time now. So, and now with this 30 women Royal Rumble idea, it wouldn't surprise me if she shows up. So, you know, those are my picks. Okay, now for the most difficult part of this. Now, I also have 2 to 3 picks, and I'm gonna go into them in detail. Number 1 goes in comparison to what I said in the title match. Roman Reigns. Now, let's look at the clues. Number 1, he held the IC title for what? A couple pints of lager? You know what I mean? And then before you know it, there's no more. You know what I mean? So obviously, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah. So obviously, The Miz got the title back. So it's like Roman held the title while The Miz went to shoot films. Right? Following me here. Joe got hurt. So that kind of ended that. You know what I mean? And Miz finished shooting the film. Miz gets the title back after a week. And it's like, okay. They never did Roman versus Lesnar with a definitive winner. Because remember, Seth cashed in at WrestleMania 31. And then the story is history. You know, it just seems too predictable. And obviously, Roman's the guy. So, if they want to push the guy, then they're going to have to let the guy win the Royal Rumble, of course. So, Roman, it just seems that way. Another person, which it looks unlikely, but you never know. You never know. Mr. I gave up the United States title, Dolph Ziggler. We haven't seen Ziggler in a while. This could be some type of resurgence, even though I feel they missed so many opportunities. And I think, like, the best resurgence he had was when he was feuding with The Miz and he won the IC title. I think that was No Mercy or Payback. I can't remember. Someone write in the description or something. Yeah, that feud where Dolph put his career on the line for the title. We all know how it goes, but at that point, his contract was... Everyone was talking about his contract. Even now, you know what I mean? And the way he, you know, he won the United States title. And the thing is, he was the dark match in that triple threat. So, nobody knew. Nobody knew Ziggler. To be honest, I had a little bit of suspicion he was going to win the title. But I didn't think he was just going to do what he did. So, I'm going to go with Ziggler for the comeback of the century. And this was a tough one. If you asked me 2 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, I would have said Nakamura. Because we all want to see AJ versus Nakamura on the big stage. Let's be honest. I know it probably won't close the show because they're not crafted WWE guys, but it's what the fans would like. It would be a spectacle. And a lot of people have been dissing Nakamura. So this would be the perfect way to showcase what he actually can do. Because we all know what AJ Styles can do. So, And then there's people that's like, oh, I don't understand Nakamura. I don't see it. I see through this. It's because WWE like to label their misused talent. The artists. Shin. All this bullshit, man. How you calling a motherfucker Shin? That's a fucking part of your leg, man. Shin. I can't be asked to say Shinsuke, so I'll just say Shin. Retards. Like, I'm not even dissing anyone. I'm just being real. Like, why would you do that? Like, back in the day when Stone Cold, Steve Austin, JR used to call him, it's Austin, it's Austin. Yeah, we get that. But Shin. Fucking Shin. Retards, man. But I'm not going with Shinsuke Nakamura, unfortunately, because they've killed the strong style, man. I'm sorry. I feel they've... I don't know. We're just there, innit? You know? I want to say Randy Orton, but because we've never seen AJ versus Randy. But again, I don't know, because Randy's just been floating there too, and I was so high on this guy from that awesome fucking heel turn he did with him and Triple H, the rivalry, the kicking in the McMahon's head, Triple H breaking into one's house. That was dope. The ending was so crap, but it was dope as fuck. Orton ain't been great. Well, for me anyways, he hasn't hit past that level. He's been up to that level with obviously the rivalry when he was in the Authority, the rivalry with Bryan, you know, when he joined the Wyatt family, even though again the ending was shit. But because again, the WrestleMania match, the House of Horrors match, will never speak of that again. So that tells you what I feel. So I was gonna say Randy, but I changed my mind. So I'm gonna stick with who I picked: Dolph Ziggler, Roman Reigns, and this one I want to talk about. So I'm gonna stick with them. This one I want to talk about. So during the week, I've been hearing a lot of reports and speculation how Daniel Bryan might be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. Now, this would interest me a lot because, for one, WWE have clearly stated Bryan ain't getting back in the ring on their terms. Bryan's also stated, this is reports, I'm not saying it, that if they're not letting him wrestle, there's no point in him being there. I totally agree with that. Because listen, if every doctor in the world is telling you, you can wrestle, you can wrestle, you can wrestle, and obviously I hear WWE don't want to take the risk, that's totally up to others. That's totally acceptable because, hey, look at Paige recently. So, you know, unfortunately she had to retire apparently, but there's no confirmation on that. So, you know, but if Bryan does come back and he somehow does win the Royal Rumble, I think that would be the best way to end the Royal Rumble. Because again, you do not want another if Roman wins, which I think he's going to anyways. Because let's face it, all the points I've made earlier about him and Lesnar not actually finishing their match. You know, Roman just holding the title until The Miz comes back. If he was going to drop the title to Joe, but Joe got hurt. You know, there was so many things. And not giving the title to Strowman earlier. You know what I mean? When he was on red hot. But again, WWE always seemed to miss the fire. Like, for example, when Goldberg should have won the title and the Elimination Chamber. And then what happens? He wins out in the next pay-per-view, and nobody gave a fuck. But yeah, this was RyanisWar once again, another episode. So guys, stay tuned. There will be a Royal Rumble reaction video, maybe later on tonight, maybe tomorrow. I'll see what's going on. But guys, thanks for tuning in. Say subscribe, like the video, and share it to everyone. Any questions, you know where to find me. If you don't, follow me on Instagram, RyanisWar. or Twitter, I_am_Mr_R. And if the Twitter handle is too long for you, just DM me. RyanisWar. Alright guys, peace and have a good weekend.